Well, my friends, it may be starting to get chilly outside, but things are definitely heating up in Série C in Brazil. We have played a couple of matches since our last episode, and things are going pretty well for us. You may remember we ended on a 4-2 win against AS Confiança, which was at home. We then took the show on the road against last place Ipiranga and managed to pick up a 2-0 victory. Now, Victor Reis, our 22-year-old midfielder, who we are training as a DM, came to us and said that he thinks he's at the place where he deserves more playing time, and we didn't want to get into a big fight with him, so we decided to give him the start, and we were rewarded with a goal 45 seconds into the match. And then we had Gabriel Rosera score yet another in the 8th minute to make it 2-0. We held on pretty easily. Ipiranga didn't really give us too much of a fuss. We then followed that up with a 2-0 home victory against ABC FC. Gabriel Rosera picking up a brace. He has just been absolutely fantastic so far. 5 goals and an assist in 11 appearances in Sao Paulo State Championship. 4 goals in 4 matches so far in Série C. He got them all in the first 3, however, because we did not score anything against Brusque on the road. So our 3-0 start was spoiled with an absolute stinker of a match. Gabriel Rosera, the only player with a rating over 7, and I'm honestly not sure where he got that. He did have some good opportunities. The goalkeeper kind of stood on his head a little bit, but we were basically run off of the floor, which puts us, if we look at the league table here, in 3rd place. We were at the top for a while. 4 matches in. Casillas do Sol has the same number of points. They are behind us. They have also played an extra match, so we are playing our game in hand. We're taking on Náutico in 2nd place. They are a fallen giant. They have definitely been one of the big teams in Brazilian history. I just want to hit the quick pick to reset things. We kind of rotated a bit at Brusque because, as you see, a lot of players are 1 yellow card away from suspension. But hey, if they're going to get suspended in any game or because of any game, it might as well be this one. So we're taking on 2nd place Náutico. It's going to be Pecorari in goal, Guilherme Mateus, Carlau, and Tazio in on the back line, Jose Aldo and Daniel in the midfield with Bruno Alves and Fernandinho on the wings. And of course, our strike pair is Gabriel Rosera and Jay Carlos. They have been absolutely fantastic together. I believe they have 15 goals between the pair of them in all competitions, and I'm very excited that things are working out so well for our strike pair with the average age of 21. So our future is secure, both players, and we did actually sign Gabriel Rosera to a new contract. It's going to be, I think, another 4 years. We did have to pay a little bit for him and make him an important player, but that's not really a big problem because, you know, we're very confident in the way that he is playing for us. And he really, I look back at episode 1 and I talked about him not being much of a finisher, but here he is. He's got 9 goals in all competitions. So I guess he is a bit more of a finisher than we thought. Let's see if we can keep Náutico pinned back here. Igor Fernandez will play it up for them. Patrick Allen to Oremir. Find some space with Lucas Souza up ahead. Finally out wide, Paulo Sergio, as we look to get pinned back. They've got a couple of men in the middle, but the shot is on. Maybe that was a cross, but it was a little too close to Pecorari, and he's able to deal with that as he quickly rolls it out to Carlau. I'm glad that he's starting to distribute in a way that we want to. This is a little confusing up here as both teams are being represented by red, but guess nothing is perfect. We are putting on a bit of pressure. 61% possession, not too bad. We are out shooting them as well. We just have yet to hit the target. They did have that one shot. Thazio lays it back. Bruno Alves outside the box. Aldo, Daniel. Daniel gets it back. Thazio one-on-one with his man. Daniel, they are dropping really deep here. Thazio pushing it up that right side. Getting it to the byline. Stops. Plays it back. Bruno Alves into the middle. Aldo quickly. Daniel with a drive, and that is going to skim off of the top of the net. A pretty decent opportunity. Not a bad look. He could potentially have taken a small touch to get himself a little bit of a better angle, but this is just the way these things seem to go in Football Manager 26 sometimes. It's I'm not complaining about it necessarily, just noting a fact that it is sometimes a bit of a challenge in order to get your players to not take those long shots. Yellow card picked up by Lucas Souza, one of the defensive midfielders for Nautico. A fairly even match so far. Not a lot going on. Nautico with the better of the opportunities, although we have taken more shots than they have, and both teams with 2 shots on target. And looking down at our player ratings, fair to Midland all around. It's kind of a back and forth affair with not a ton of offense coming from either side. We could potentially kick things up a notch, but honestly, I believe Nautico is a more talented team than us. They definitely have the higher expectations this season, so I don't really want to press my luck. Dazio to J. Carlos, back out wide. Bruno Alves tries to move it past his man. Defender stays with him. Oh, is that a nutmeg? Playing it back post to Gabriel Rosera, and just wide on the shot with the header. Perfect opportunity. If we could have gone into the locker room 1-0 there with that goal in the 44th minute, it would have been ideal. But unfortunately, it was not to be. Let's say we've been unlucky so far. Some guys motivated. No reaction from J. Carlos. So we will see if we actually are able to get a reaction on the pitch. I don't really care if emotionally he is putting his feelings on his sleeve or not. I just want him to put out the best performance he possibly can. We've now rattled off 9 shots to their 4. So the last 4 shots of the match have gone our way. At least the last 4 shots of the match. Just the last time I noticed it was 5-4. Lucas Souza playing it into the middle. Otusanya will drop it back to his defense. Mike Holm to the near side, Arnaldo. Now, in full disclosure, I was originally going to do the series with Nautico, but because they had such high expectations, I wasn't sure that, my plan of, that was terrible. That was absolutely god-awful. Guillermo, what were you doing? Going to the bench is what you were doing. I will bring in Leo Isidoro, to take his spot. I mean, this was just poor. Who was he trying to play it back to the goalkeeper? Was he trying to find Carlau? And we are down 1-0 in a match, so we should not be down 1-0, but c'est la vie. So Nautico has like a push for promotion type of expectation, and while I would love to be able to do that in the first season of a series, the whole plan is to give our younger players opportunities to begin to grow and not necessarily rely on our old veterans. And there are a lot of old veterans on this Nautico side. So decided to pivot, and here we are at Ituano. Let's see what happens with this highlight before I make any further changes. Foul on Thacio. He's not doing so great. Our fullbacks are really having difficult times here. Let's make the change now. So Fernandinho will come out. Felipe Moranga. We've played him a lot on the right side, but he's going to go out on the left. Jose Aldo is anxious. He is one of our best players, but we will bring in Victor Reis. Maybe Reis can pull some of that magic that he has in the past. We'll make those 2 adjustments with just under 20 minutes left to go, and we are going to kick things up into a more attacking mode. It is an absolute shame that this game has gone the way it was, because honestly, we have been the better team in general. I mean, their XG is tremendous, but of course, when you are given an absolute open net to shoot at, chances are pretty good that you are going to find the back of that net. Let's bring Nicolas in on the right side as we make... We don't really have a right back on, do we? We still don't really have a right back. I had brought in someone who could play in that position. Let's get Jay Carlos off. He's not really doing anything. Let's get some fresh blood in there with... I don't want to go with the 17-year-old, so Guy Miranda, come on in. I think he's 18, but at least he has some senior experience with us so far. Although I do I do like the youngster, and I think he's going to be part of our plans, certainly for the future. And I think this one's going to end up with a whimper. We managed 11 shots. Possession ended up being pretty even. The one goal was the gift that Guillermo gave to Otusanya. And so we're going to drop. And we apparently doesn't know how live table works. So the live table is not really a live table. Not happy with the performance out there. We're going to leave the match, and hopefully things are going to get better for the next time. We are now in 5th place, although on 9 points. We are 5 points clear of the relegation zone already, so I will take that as a win as Nautico goes top. Hopefully we'll be able to bounce back as we take on Ponte Preta. We're going to make 2 changes to both of our wingers. Nicolas is going to come in on the left wing side and give Fernandinho a spell. Felipe Moranga is coming back in on the right-hand side because Bruno Alves is old. Also wanted to keep one of our guys who is at risk of getting a yellow card and a suspension off of the pitch. The good news is with the last match, we didn't actually have anybody pick up a yellow card, so nobody is suspended for this match. Always got to look on the bright side. Back-to-back losses, however, in Serie C put us at 3-0-2. Yeah, let's call it a bad run of form and ask them to put an end to it. Ponte Preta coming in 10th place. We were in 5th, kicking things off. Hopefully this is a team that we will be able to knock off rather easily. Our kits look actually pretty darn cool here in 3D. Still haven't figured out how to make Kit Basher work in FM26. I think there's like a workaround, but it's a lot of work. So don't really have the time, full-time job, streaming when I can. Still dealing with the reason why I have this on my face right now. And putting this series together, just don't really have the time to start monkeying with things. He was offside, and he missed anyway. Ger, though, getting in behind the goal, and actually he was not deemed to be offside, so thank God that Pecorari was able to make that save, and it was out for a corner for Ponte Preta, and they are threatening again. Serginho trying to put it past the goalkeeper. Another good save for our 34-year-old. We may be in a little bit of trouble moving forward with the goalkeeper position. Obviously, Pecorari is on the older side, and we're looking to move him out. As I mentioned earlier on in the series, our third string goalkeeper, who could have been a very serviceable young goalkeeper for the future, was sold, not by me, but the board just accepted the offer that came through. Did not even give me the opportunity to turn it down like I had the 2 others that had come before it. And Suano, our backup goalkeeper, right now he's playing with he's on the bench, but he is playing, or he played yesterday in game with our reserves in order to get him some match fitness. The thing is, he wants to explore his options when his contract is up. We've had a couple of conversations with him already where we've stressed to him that we are an ambitious club. He does want a new contract, but he wants to be an important player, which I don't necessarily have a problem with. But if I make him an important player this year, because it wasn't letting me do it at the end of his contract, if I make him an important player now, but I continue to play Pecorari, who is a star player, then we're going to have more problems in the locker room than we could shake a stick at. Shot over. That was our first highlight so far of the match, and we are nearly 40 minutes into this first half. Again, another back and forth affair where we are leading in the possession numbers. Shots on target are even. XG is fairly even. We've had 3 corners to their 1, even though we got to see their corner in a highlight. And not much else going on in that first half. So we're going to say that we're not happy with the performance because we want to fire this team up. Nicolas is not playing well. He is missing match sharpness, so he may not play the full 60 in this one. Still trying to figure out who our best wing combinations are going to be. I mean, Felipe Moranga, that's a name that we've mentioned a lot more than any. Although Bruno Alves has been playing well. So that right side, I want to... It's kind of locked down, but it's kind of not. Basio is actually having a pretty good game, which is pretty rare. We did get a note before that we maybe should... Oh, Mancini's going to miss the next match. I'm pretty sure that he had already been in trouble before that one. If he wasn't, he was one of our few players. We're 60 minutes in, and we've only seen the single highlight in our favor. Free kick for them, looking back post. Nicholas is going to deal with it. Doesn't get it very far. Played it in the middle, and Pergarari... I got it right the first time. Pergarari made another massive save. We did get a note. They wanted us to focus play down the right-hand side because that is where the opposition gives up the most chances. Our right-hand side has been somewhat weak thus far. Not necessarily, again, in this match, but in general. Elvis gets through on... Elvis is in the building. Serginho, what a pass through. Our defense just folded like a card table. I've never seen a defense look more like a sieve in FM26 than I did in this very moment. First off, okay, Mateus, what are you doing? You are having an awful game, I've got to say. You let him by and you absolutely gave up. So we're going to skip that. We're going to pause there and we're going to make some tactical changes. Mateus, you are out. Nathan Silva is coming in. Felipe is not doing a great job. So Bruno Alves will come back and we'll give Mateus Maya an opportunity on that left-hand side. 3 changes. That's not really his strong suit, but neither for... Well, Bruno Alves, can he go over there and be a little... Yeah, that looks a little bit better and more balanced. So those are changes we are going to make as... Oh, we're also going to kick up our mentality into a more attacking mode. Let's go, boys. Get in there, Felipe. Moronga in the middle. Finds Jay Carlos. And an instant equalizer. Now I feel bad pulling Moronga off of the pitch. But he carried it down that right side. Got past the left back to the byline. Jay Carlos, point blank range. Nothing that Silva could do about that in goal. So it is 1-1. Maybe attacking is just what we need to do. Because literally, as soon as I guess I hadn't officially made the change. Around the side, Maya, Jay Carlos, along the byline, cuts past one man. Can't beat Silva this time. Diogo Silva getting his right arm out on that one. Knocks it behind for Ituano corner. Perfect opportunity to make it 2-1, and we just could not take advantage. I was going to say that we, kick things up to attacking and then really kick things up, but sadly that was not the actual case. We hadn't actually gone attacking yet. Officially, we just got very, very lucky that we were able to equalize as quickly as we did. Hopefully we don't end up with just the 1 point, though, because I think, based on the way that we have played, we certainly deserve more. Our XG, it has been better. We are dominating in possession, nearly 60-40. 9 shots on target to their 4. And yet where it counts, we still remain even at 1 apiece. Let's see if we can get one final highlight. About 2.5 minutes remain in added time. Bruno Alves drops it back. Jose Aldo out wide. Guillermo will hold things up for a second. Alves finds Rosera, who gets past one man. Down the left side of the box to his right. Will take a shot, but he will float that one wide. Not the best final effort. All of those goals that Rosera scored, I believe he's got 9 on the season, if I am not mistaken. Jay Carlos scoring his 7th of the year in all competitions, and 1-1 is your final score. It's disappointing we did not win that match. I think we should have done better. You guys owe me that much. So we dropped to 6th. We still have 10 points through 6 matches. I'm going to say that is a win for a team that was expected to be down here and maybe challenging for relegation. We find ourselves still only 5 points clear. Coming up, that's not what I want. I want our fixture schedule, so we've got to get out of this and come to here. Still learning, folks. Still learning. We did get on the board for the first time in 3 matches. We've got Floresta coming up next. Where are they on the table? It does not tell me. I really wish that some of the information we were missing. This is a very short. We only play each team once. I guess we only play each team once. So we will come back, pair of matches straddling the end of June, beginning of July. We've got Figueirense currently, it doesn't tell me here either. Fantastic. We've got Figueirense at home and Londrina on the road. If you're enjoying the series, please make sure you hit that like button. Love to hear what you're thinking of the team so far. We're actually almost a couple of episodes away from ending this first portion of the season. Still don't quite know how the Brazil leagues work, but we are finding it out together. Thank you very much for joining me. I appreciate you. See you next time. Until then, my friends, bye-bye.